You've been a congressman for
Almost
several
6
years. Yes. What do you think, why are you now running for a national office? What can you do better? Since you said earlier that your mutiny was able to initiate, in part, reforms in the military, what else can you do better in the Senate?
First, I think we need more independent-minded people in the Senate. You know, the institutions of our country are being, under attack. And we need, to strengthen institutions, as I mentioned earlier. And I believe that the Senate, more or less, is the last remaining bastion of our democracy. And we believe that we should populate that. And secondly, with my heart of service, being a soldier, nandito pa rin sa akin. We're just changing battlefields. And we did what we did because we want to implement change and reforms in our country. So yung Congress is only limited to the sectors that we're representing, the former and retired members of the armed forces. And as I've said earlier, focus on security sector reform. Now, in the Senate, we will have wider constituencies. But again, we will bring our advocacies or legislative agenda to the Senate. And mas malaki ang chance na mapasa yung mga proposal mo because we're only 24 as compared with 294 in Congress na pag-schedule pa lang, tagal na. No? So sa Senate, you can readily have your bills passed. Again, credible defense is still one of the major legislative agenda of mine, of the Magdalo Group. And of course, good governance. And we should address challenges on rule of law and internal security. We need to modernize the armed forces and also the Philippine National Police and make sure that the police would be capacitated in handling internal security operations because right now, duplication talaga nangyayari. ABP-NP and our external defense is left for nothing. So we need to shift already from internal to external for armed forces and allow the PNP to take on the internal security operations. And also, we need to pursue sustainable development in our country because I believe that right now we don't have sustainable policies like long-term development plan in our local government units. Alam ho natin, nang umiikot ho ako, pag ang mayor nakaupo, napalitan ng kalaban, palit din ng polisiya. Walang sustainability po. And we need to make farming a lucrative endeavor and also to make it a major contribution to our economy and also our tourism. And one thing also in our legislative agenda is to rediscover, preserve, and enrich the Filipino values, cultural heritage, and identity. Kasi parang nakakalungkot na all of the sudden, hindi natin kilalang sarili natin. No? Kilalang Pilipino na magalang, mahinahon, paggalang sa mga babae, and nagpapalaga sa pamilya. And all of the sudden, you have the president trying to destroy these values. And we tend to forget our history. Bakit nasabi ko po yun? We keep on electing people in government. Involved sa plunder, pagnanakaw, pag-aabuso, they keep on coming back. So we need to strengthen the appreciation of Filipino people on our history. And we need to identify also and develop historical sites and shrines in order to, develop this sense of one nation and pride in our heritage. Kasi parang hindi ko nakita na parang buo tayo eh.
Okay. You call the shift from Congress to hopefully the Senate as, yes, a shift in the battlefield.
Yes.
But you also have to recognize na at least in Congress right now, you are engaged. You are suitably engaged because it is easier to get a seat in Congress through the party-list system.
Yes, yes.
You're moving to the Senate, to the Senate race where your numbers so far are not very good.
Yes.
So from one battlefield where you are already suitably and forcefully engaged, you are shifting to another battlefield where you may not even get to the firing line.
Yes.
Why the gamble? For all you know, you never know, of course. For all you know, Congress may have been a more practical and realistic battlefield for you.
We should remember that the Magdalo is not only composed of myself. We are a group that went out in the open. and we're together in this. The fact that I run for the Senate because I am confident that the Magdalo is 100% behind me. And in the past elections, we're used to running a shoestring budget in our campaign. We do grassroots because we don't have resources, as we have committed not to commit corruption in government. So in spite of the low ratings in the past, in spite of the lack of resources, we were able to win elections. Nakapagpanalo kami ng senador and even the party list. So right now, we're not discouraged with the numbers. In the past, nangyari din sa amin yun. So it's a challenge for us to work on our numbers. It's a matter of allowing the people to know me more, because it's a matter of awareness. People will not vote for you if they don't know you. So it's a work in progress. But I'm happy to say that our alliances is expanding. And I would like to thank volunteer Filipinos and even OFWs who are sending resources in order to support my campaign. And that's what we want. Nang utang namin sa taong bayan, sila ang pagkakautangan namin so that we can return the right service to them. We don't want to be indebted to anybody else.